Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am frankly FM84. Thank you for coming back and joining me on another video right here on YouTube. If you've been with us across the past couple of days, you'll have seen we are now in full swing with the Celtic Rebuild Challenge. Yesterday's episode we showed you the end of season 1. We had a successful season, winning both the Premiership and the Scottish Cup, as we put the first trophies into the cabinet to keep enhancing Celtic's reputation as one of the top teams in Scotland. Today we are pushing forwards. We have gone through the summer transfer window. The date is the 3rd of September 2022, and there has been a lot of activity at the club. At the end of yesterday's video we went through the squad depth, and we said there were a few positions that we probably needed to bulk up in. We also just wanted to go out and buy one or two players that improved the overall quality of the squad, and that is exactly what we have done. We are going to start off with the transfer page. Then you can see it's already loaded up. We are going to start off with the players that have gone out. As always with these transfer windows, there are two parts. The first one is when the window first opens, so any pre-existing transfers get completed on the 9th of June, and then when the season ticks over in July, we show you that part too. So let's start off by showing you the players that have gone out straight away. So no real massive ones to begin with. Jaden Ferguson going to Kilmarnock on a free. Mikey Johnston going to St Johnstone for £450,000. Carl Starfelt is the first, probably bigger transfer. He went to Fulham. They come along, asked if he was available. We said no. He said yes please, and he went. Ewan O2 has left. Tom Rogic ended up going to Monterey for £7.5 million. Osazi Uruguide. He ended up going to Aqua United for 325,000. Bosun Lowell 65,000 to Hearts. Ross Doohan went to Ross County. So you've got Ross going to Ross County, and you've got Mikey Johnston going to St Johnstone. Football Manager for you people. Moffat has gone out on loan again, and Mackenzie Cast went out on loan to Montrose. So a few players to start off leaving the club. Let's look at the players that have joined then. So the last transfer of the January window was Luke Manelo, and we started off by confirming the Dyson Maeda transfer, 1.3 million from Giwe Yokohama, which that is not their proper name, is it? No. Harry Stone is the first player that came in to the club that we signed. He's a backup goalkeeper. The backups at the club, one wanted to leave. I think one was out of contract, and there was nobody in the youth team that was showing any signs. So we went out and bought a young 20-year-old goalkeeper from the Scottish under-21s. We then signed Caitlin Searjan. He is a winger who can play on the right, can play through the middle. One for the future, really. A free transfer from Arsenal. So we know there is some quality there when you're coming out of an academy like that. Charlie MacArthur then came in from Kilmarnock, a highly rated Scottish player, 17 years old, 6'2", defender who can play right back or centre back. Tackling not the best, but in terms of his height, he has a decent enough heading of 11. His jumping reach is only 9, so there's a lot of development to go with Charlie MacArthur, but he's one that the scouts said has a massive future, so went and got him as cheap as we could. 675,000 wasn't too bad. We then went and bought Malang Sarr, paid £1.2 million for him from Chelsea. This was a bit like daylight robbery, to be honest. He's a player that is head and shoulders above what we've got at the club. Carter Vickers ended up going back to Tottenham, so we needed a centre-back. In he comes, and he plays really well to get the season off and running. Alex Merritt was next. Obviously, you haven't seen it yet, but there is changes at the goalkeeper position. You've already seen one of them. Alex Merritt is a goalkeeper who's come in from Napoli. We have signed him pretty sound, direct, like for like with Joe Hart. A player who is a bit younger at 25. He has good aerial, good communication. He has good handling, one-on-ones, reflexes. I think he's a goalkeeper who basically for the Scottish League is more than good enough. And then we had Matthias Martins come in. He is an attacking midfielder who can play on the left, the right, or can play through the middle. Pace 13, acceleration of 13, finishing 12. No, finishing of 8, first touch of 12, dribbling of 13. At the age of 19, this kid is one for the future. So on to the second part of the transfer window then. The players now starting to leave. Nia Bitten went to Dinamo Moscow for £3 million. Bruno Davidson left. Vasilis Barkas was one of the goalkeepers who left. He went to AEK for 93,000. Georgios Giamakis even. He went to PSV for 425,000. Joe Hart ended up going to Roma. He went to Jose for £1.3 million. Luca Connell went to Stoke for 400,000. And then we have Sarachat and Mwanta going back out on loan. Sarachat to Willem Drey in Holland, and Supernat has gone to Lech in Poland. Ben Summers was the last player to leave the club to go to Motherwell for £2,000, but only a youth teamer anyway. And then we continued to sign players ourselves. So the next player to come in was Stipe Biuk. He's a player who is quick, dynamic, another winger who can come in off of either side. I think he's really, really good for the money that we paid, £1.1 million. The next player is Tati Chong. He's come from Manchester United. He was on loan at Birmingham. For a free transfer, this is a no-brainer. Look at his pace and acceleration. Dribbling is good. First touch is good. Finishing's not great. But as a player who can come in and just be a rotation option, free transfer, he's 6'1". I think even if it doesn't work out for him, we're going to make a profit off of him anyway. Next player in is John Joe Kenny, a player who has, I believe, played for Celtic before. Let's have a little look at that in terms of his career stats. Yes, he spent a season on loan at Celtic before, so then went back to Everton, played 8 games, and now we have signed him permanently. Nothing really to say here, apart from the fact that he's played in the Premier League, he's played for Celtic before, play at right back, play at centre back. Sound signing on a free transfer. Nikola Sekulov is a player who can play anywhere across the middle of the park, so decent enough in terms of his versatility. That's what we like here on the rebuilds. Can play in a number of positions. Not too sure he's a first teamer from the get-go. Good pace, good acceleration, good technique, good work rate, vision, determination, flair. But one that certainly can be developed at the age of 20. Yeah, £250,000 is an absolute steal. The next player to come in is Etienne Green. He's another goalkeeper, another English goalkeeper, a young 22-year-old from St Etienne. Again, there's the thing, isn't it? St Etienne, Etienne Green, Ross County football manager. Yeah, for the price that we paid, maybe paid a little bit over the odds for what he is as a goalkeeper, but we're looking to the future. We obviously have bought Meret too, so between the two of them, they're going to fight it out to be first choice goalkeeper. Etienne Green, I think, is a sound enough goalkeeper. And the last player we went out and paid a lot of money for, 19 million on Anwar Aid Al Hajj. He's one of those players that we like. Can play off the left, can play off the right if we need him, can play through the middle. Good pace, good acceleration, first touch, dribbling, crossing. Finishing could be better, but at the age of 20, he is a player that I think will improve. Although 4 goals in 58 games probably says he's not an out-and-out finisher anyway. But I've got a feeling that he can tear it up in the Scottish League. So that is the transfer window complete. You can see we have spent a lot more than the £13 million that was in the bank. £24 million just after July alone. We did recoup £5.25 million of it. But we now have a team that hopefully can go on and progress in terms of the Champions League. If not the Champions League, the Europa League. And if not the Europa League, the Europa Conference League again. But no need to talk about that because I have every confidence we are going to do better in the Champions League this time around. Let's look at the finances then. So there's £70.4 million now in the bank. 1.7 million of that is available to us as a transfer budget. The original budget went up to 17 million. In terms of the wage budget, 646,000 to spend. 632,000 of that is being spent already. Club vision. We are very secure in our job. Work within the wage budget on course. Sign players to sell for a profit. They're reserving judgment, but looking at the young kids that we're bringing in, players like Chong and Kenny, who are on free transfers, even if we make £250,000 off of them, that should tick that box. Spend the original transfer budget, we have done that. Minimum 2-year contracts for first team players. Again, if we're signing 20-year-old players, we're not giving them a 2-year contract. We're giving them 4s or 5s. End of current season, Champions League. Be competitive. Not 100% sure what that means, but hopefully if we could just get through to the group stage, that will tick that box. Cinch Premiership, qualify for the Champions League. They are pleased. We'll win the Premiership again, so I don't know why they're asking us to qualify. We'll just go and win the league and then we will qualify anyway. Scottish Cup, win the Scottish Cup, and Premier Sports Cup, win the Premier Sports Cup. So going forwards after that, contract renewal at the end of the season, win the Premiership, win a domestic cup and win the Premiership. So then, let's have a look at the competitions tab. We have kicked off the season already, and through the first 5 games, we have 13 points. In terms of the Champions League, we have made it to the group stage. We have been drawn there with Bayern, Arsenal and Bordeaux, so that is going to be a difficult group. But still, they wanted us to be competitive. Getting to the group stage, I think, is being competitive. So I think we have ticked that box off. If we look at the schedule to see how we got there, so coming out of the friendly games, no real big thing in friendlies. We started off our season with a 5-0 victory. McCarthy, Kenny, Manalo and Turnbull getting the goals. We then can't beat Ross County again. A 2-2 draw. Goals from Abeda and Chubby Simons. We battered Rangers in the league for the first time. Furuhashi, Lazaro, Abeda and Maeda. Inverness got walloped 6-0. Saar, Turnbull, Noga and Furuhashi. Hearts, 4-0 victory there. McGregor, Hatati and Turnbull, before a 3-0 victory against Dundee with goals from Abeda and Furuhashi. So looking at the Champions League then, it starts on the 14th of the 9th. We are in good run of form. Yet to lose a competitive game. We did lose against Villarreal in a friendly, but that is not important. Yeah, back to the competitions tab then. If we look at the Premiership overall, in terms of the stats so far, let's look through those. Most goals at this point is Joe Aribo, but Lyle Abeda is right there on 4. Most assists, Hadji with 4, but McGregor, Abeda, Johnny Kenny actually has got 2 assists back at the club after his loan spell. So interesting that he's playing well in the games that he has turned out. Most shots, Turnbull and Abada. Most player of the match awards goes to Hadji, Abeda and Johnny Kenny getting on that list too. Most key passes is Juranovic again and Furuhashi. Best pass completion, not really important. Most tackles won. Juranovic is proving himself to be a real rock at the club, hitting a number of categories and being on the leaderboard for all of them. Abeda and Hatati, the other players there. Most dribbles made, 20 for Ryan Kent. Abeda is our best player on that list. Most clean sheets has gone to Alex Merritt. I was saying that there could be a bit of competition between Etienne Green and Alex Merritt. Merritt seems to have won out, and he has got 4 clean sheets from 5 appearances. And fewest conceded, Alex Merritt and Thomas Welsh, both sharing 2 goals conceded through the first 5 games. So then a quick look at the squad. Let's show you the assistant report then. This is the best 11 after the summer transfer window. Merritt in goal, Hatati, Noga, Saar and Juranovic, McGregor, O'Reilly and Turnbull, Manalo, Maeda and Furuhashi. So again, very interesting that a few of our players that we have signed can't get into that best 11. But I'm pretty sure as the season goes on and players start to rotate in and out, we will start to see a lot more of those players. Let's have a little look at the squad depth then. As I said, we were a little bit light in the left and right back positions. We have covered that now. We have sufficient depth there. Goalkeeper now, we have 4 goalkeepers to choose from. Green and Merritt fighting that out. In terms of the midfielders, McGregor is still the top. And then we have good squad depth in behind him. In terms of wide players, Furuhashi, Abada, McGregor, they're all on that list. And then up top, we have Furuhashi, Maeda, Abada, Hatati, and Johnny Kenny creeping on to the bottom of that list there. Not too sure where Lazaro is in terms of the position, but he is going to be one of our better players throughout this season. So then, that is the first part of Season 2 complete. It's the 3rd of September 2022. We have played 5 games and we are looking to kick on and go and defend our Premier League title. We are also going to go and look at progressing from the Champions League, although that looks really, really difficult. In tomorrow's episode, we are going to push through to the winter transfer window, come back around the 3rd or 4th of February, show you what other players have come into the club and left the club. If that happens, there's only £1.7 million in the bank, so going to need a bit of money to spend a bit of money, but I don't put it past anything in this game to happen. Right then, if you're at this point of the video and you've stayed here and listened to me go all the way through this, firstly, a big, big thank you. I really do appreciate everybody who takes their own time to come here and help the channel out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, drop me a comment. Any of those things are interactions with the channel that helps get these videos out to so many more people. But for this one, I'm going to wrap it there. Come back tomorrow or go and check out another video on the channel. We have a little bit of something for everybody right here on the channel. But I'll catch you in tomorrow's episode, and if not, I'll see you soon.